All right, you got to see this. You got to see this thing that is this T-shirt. What was the Big Ten thinking? What were they thinking? I got so choked up. I got so excited I almost choked the championship trifecta. Who's going to wear a shirt if you're a Michigan Ohio State fan? You're going to want to wear a shirt that has Ohio State and Michigan on it. And who cares? But there's the last three champions. That's a shirt they made, and the comments are amazing. They're beautiful. The comments, they get the shirt and let them know. That's what Big Ten football says. Top tier in Alabama says, I'd rather delete my existence from Earth than wear my rival's logo on a shirt. Only the Big Ten. Swanky Wolverine went, this could set a record for the most unpurchased shirt ever. Bill Landis said, from the folks who are trying to bring you a 2014 playoff comes the worst shirt you've ever seen. And Bucksby90 said, this is about as out of touch and little man energy as the Big Noon Kickoff, which I agree, which I think sucks. Buckeye Irrationalist says, let's not start to do the thing we bashed the SEC for doing the past 20 years, please. Cinco Squad Podcast says, as an Ohio State fan, I think I speak for all Ohio State and Michigan fan bases. Ain't no way we're wearing a shirt with the Michigan logo on it. And I'm sure Michigan fans feel the same way about a shirt with an Ohio State, the dump logo on it. I mean, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? This shirt, why would I get a shirt with my most hated rival on it? Come on. I mean, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That is so stupid. All right, it infuriated me. So that ticked me off today. But then Michigan sends me this. Rangers lose last night. Their seventh loss, shutout at home, ninth this season. They're in a 3-13-2 tailspin. They have 50 points. They're 28 points behind the Canes, who they lost to 2-0 last night. They were outshot last night. What was it? They don't play again until the 26th because of the break. I mean, they're terrible. They're terrible. They are atrocious. I don't know what's going on. Last night they were outshot. Was it 43-16? But then it gets better. Do you remember when Messier 94 against the Devils? He guaranteed a win. So Michigan sends me this from Gunnar Esiason, and Gunnar Esiason, because you think Messier would have said this? Would Messier have said, Captain Courageous Bold prediction? Would he have said, we might win, we might lose? I'm not sure what I think. Then your captain, this is what your captain has to say after the game.
I know it's still fresh, I should say, but just what is the message to your team now going into the break as you look to regroup?
I don't know. We got to come back with a better mindset. Hasn't been good enough the last little while, so try to regroup, freshen up, and
freshen up.
I don't know. I really don't know. We just need to enjoy or take time. I literally don't know. Come back with a better mindset, I guess.
Come back with a better mindset, I guess. Come back. Get some time away. Blah, blah. You're 6-15-4 at home. Only the Vancouver Canucks, who suck, have the same amount of home, and they've played 2 more home games. So you have played 2 less home games. 6 wins. It's February 6th. You have 6 home wins. You've been shut out 7 times at home this season. In 6-15-4, let's do the math. 25. What the fuck? What the fuck? God. And JT Miller's your captain, and this is what's coming out of his mouth. This is what's coming out of his mouth. Bullshit. I call bullshit. It's just disgusting. And 3-13-2 tailspin right now. They're not playing good hockey. They're going to the break. I know you guys got rid of Panarin, and there was a funny thing that Michigan sent me that Kings got Panarin, and they got some gift certificates from, which I thought was pretty funny. They got some gift certificates from Arby's, Applebee's, and Olive Garden. That's what they got included in because they're taking half his salary too. It's an embarrassment. She loves this franchise. She bleeds blue and red. She's been going to games since the Cup. She tickets the first year of '94, and to see them play and have your captain say, "I don't know," you're in New York City. And Sullivan is like, "Yeah, we're not playing, dude. We can't keep hearing the same shit over and over again. Yes, you guys suck. We got to do something about it. Let's change the narrative. Do something for the love of God." Yeah, it's embarrassing. Ugh, it's disgusting. And Mika can't be traded because Mika has his contract, and you hope that this kid, who's the kid they got? Who'd they get for Panarin trade? They got this 20-year-old who Ari says maybe he'll turn out to be something, but you don't know. Yeah, I don't. A kid who's Ari says really a second one. Liam Greentree, who has played in the NHL, yet he's 20 years old. You don't know. You just don't know how he's going to turn out. He's 6'2", 207. He's from Oshawa, Ontario. He's been playing in the OHL. He played in the Linka Gretzky Cup under 18. He played in 3 games and had 1 assist. Under 18, 7 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Windsor Spitfires last year, 49 goals, 70 assists, 119 points. I'll take that in 64 games. That's almost 2 points a game. And this year in 35 games, he has 23, 32. So it seems like they've gotten a little used to him. He's not going to put up his assists are way down. I'm curious if they took it. He was plus 55 last year. He's plus 11. I'm a little concerned. That seems like a drop off to me. And he's Canada under 20. He played in the World Juniors. He had 3 games. He had an assist. I don't know. It's a crapshoot. It really is. You just don't know. You don't know how this is going to turn out. Could turn out ugly. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. We'll see what happens, but not a good start. Sonny Jurgensen passed away today at 91. I did talk about Will Campbell. It's going to be Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's going to have to have a good game. Drake May has had some good games. He did throw 3 touchdowns. I really think Butte made a hell of a catch. Drake May has not been great this postseason, where I feel that at least Darnold didn't have to do much against San Francisco, but his last 3 games, he had 268, a touchdown interception, Drake May against the Chargers, 179, 3 touchdowns and interception. He did run a lot. He did run for a lot of yards, had a touchdown against Denver, but 86 yards. I mean, he's going to have to run more, but Sam Darnold came to play. He didn't have to do much in the game against the 124 yards against San Francisco, a touchdown, 346, 3 touchdowns. He had a great game against the Rams. And with that defense, I really think they're coming to play. I think Seattle's going to put a lot of pressure on him, and he's going to have to make plays, Drake May. And I don't know if he can't do it all with his legs. It's not like they're playing in terrible. They need points. They're going to need points in this game, and we're going to see what happens. But I'm taking Seattle. I'm going right now, 31-21, Seattle. And that'd be great because with the pool and everything, I don't want to, but 31-21, Seattle. That's what I'm taking right now. Did I have a trivia question? Yeah. What's up there? Tommy T, winners and losers. Yeah. Dallas Stars won their 6th in a row. This was 5-4 win. That was Thursday night. Was I watching that, or was that the night before? When was that? That was yesterday. I'm sorry. That was Wednesday night. I was watching Dallas won their 6th in a row. Jamie Benn, game-winning goal, 3-point night, 5-4, 34 wins going to the break. Stars. New York Rangers, 3rd fewest points in the NHL. Knicks have a season-high 8-game win streak. They had their first OT win over the Nuggets the other night. They played tonight against the Celtics. Hall never had a lead against Nova. They lost 5-7. They're not playing good right now. No, they are not playing good right now. Not even close. And I did have a trivia question from the other day. I don't think anybody answered it, or maybe they did. Because I realized the other day I was doing my show. I hit record and it didn't record because my memory card had gone out the window. So that was the end of that. Yes, all she wrote. Yeah, Tommy. I mean, it's crazy what's happening with this Ranger team. I mean, they're just terrible. They said that Oregon is on track for another top 5 recruiting class. Talking Yankees, Nick, what was his name? Nick Buback. So I need to know if he died of cancer, which is a terrible thing. Nick Buback. Yeah. No, that is not who I think. Was that his, or is it Buback? Look at him. Yeah, Nick Buback. That's terrible. Died of cancer. About a cancer. Yes. Yeah. Terrible. That's very young. Young guy dies. Yeah. Terrible things. This is from Doug Clawson. I love Doug Clawson stuff. The Seahawks could be the 4th team to beat the top 2 quarterbacks in MVP voting. Stafford May in the same postseason. 2003 Patriots, 2007 Giants, and 2015 Broncos. So the Seahawks could be the 4th team to beat the top 2 quarterbacks. And Stafford won by a vote, and he's coming back next year. And then one of the ML football, or whatever, put up the stupid thing that he had the most touchdown passes from a yard in, and it was because it was a Mickey Mouse, MVP because of all the short touchdown passes he threw to Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. What the? I mean, just dumb. He was phenomenal this year. I feel that Drake May was very good, but I thought that, yeah, the better quarterback and played the better competition this year was Matthew Stafford, who's coming back next year. They've Cliff Kingsbury is going to be on their staff because Mike LaFleur took the Cards job, which I think was a huge mistake because they suck. And we'll see what happened. Jim Schwartz is resigned from the Browns. He wanted the head coaching job, did not get it. So now he's going to sit out and see what happens next offseason. We'll see what happens on that front. Crazy, right? Yeah. Seahawks, yes. I'm taking the Seahawks 31-20. I really do. I think the SEC has become the first conference to officially distribute over $1 billion in a single year to its member institutions. The money is astronomical. I mean, it is. And you saw that the Ole Miss quarterback, he was denied. He had been injured. He'd been sick with asthma, and he is not going to get the right now. Trinidad Chambliss is going to have to go in the draft. I haven't heard anything about Joey Aguilar yet, but we'll see how that goes going forward. Yes. And in honor of National Girls and Women in Sports Day, GEM hosted a special panel featuring former players and powerful voices in the game. Huge thanks to Hall of Fame Nancy Lieberman and Anissa from the Dallas Pulse for joining us. And it was interesting. So he gets in Roger Craig, who had a big first 1,000 guy. Roger Craig had a hell of a career. I mean, Roger Craig. But was he a Hall of Famer? He was very, very good. I thought LC Greenwood should be in. He was on 4 Super Bowl, the Steel Curtain. He got in 33 years later, and Ronnie Lott and Charles Haley came to see him at give him the news. Luke Kuechly got in. So did Drew Brees. So you had a lot of Big Ten. I don't really consider Roger Craig was the Big 8. It was the Big 8 when he was playing at Nebraska. So now, like, the Big Ten is just weird for me to say. He was a second-round pick of the Niners in '83, 4 Pro Bowls, All-Pro, 3-time champion, 1988 NEA Hall of Fame. He wasn't the all 1980s team Hall of Fame. So that he was Offensive Player of the Year in '88. He did 85 was the 1,000 a year. Right, 84, 85, yeah, was the no, I'm sorry. Was it? Yes. 1,059 touchdowns, 92, 1,016, 15 touchdowns on the year. Playoffs, he had a phenomenal. He led in '89 when they won the Super Bowl. He ran for 288, 3 touchdowns, 20 first downs. He had another 8 catches for 74 yards in that one. The year before in '88, he had 13 catches for $160, and he ran for 274 and 2 touchdowns. So he was very good. 84 was the year when they beat. 85 was his best. 85 was the year when he had the 1,000, right? That 85 was his 1,000. They didn't win that year. That was the Bears year. But 85 he had in the playoffs. Yeah, he did not 9 for 23. Did not do, but that was his 85 was his 1,000 season, which is just crazy. Yeah. And he got in 33 years later. I love Kuechly was there. His former, who's the Panthers? I see his face right now. Panthers Hall of Fame. Yeah, Julius Peppers was there and late Sam Mills, Kevin Green, but yeah, Kuechly was a hell of a player. Injuries cut his career short, but he was a hell of a football player. So the Knicks are playing tonight. 8-game winning streak. You got to love that. And listen, but the problem is now Deuce McBride is going to be out a while and they got Alvarado from the Pelicans, local guy. But Rob and I are concerned that you can't replace Deuce McBride like that. You just can't replace him. So yeah, we got into a big discussion today about the Giants winning the Super Bowl over the Bills. He had a great year in '85. He was comparing Tiki overall stats. Tiki had more rushing yards, actually almost 2,000. Over 2,000 more rushing yards and he played, Roger Craig played 11 more games, rushing touchdowns, 56-55 Craig, receptions, 556 Craig, 586 for Tiki for 5183, 8.8 yards per reception. And Craig had 49-11, which was 8.7. Receiving touchdowns, 17 for Craig, 12 for Tiki, and Tiki did punt returns. But Pro Bowls 4-3, championships 3-0. Yeah, I mean but Deuce McBride, yeah, that's gonna hurt them. Oh, and Class A allegedly rigged pitches in 48 games. Document says, what the 48 games? What is wrong with you? I mean, what? Yeah. So yeah, Deuce McBride is gonna be. Oh, and Scooble. So Scooble gets his $32 million. And then then they give the most money to Framber Valdez. Yeah, so the Yankees have claimed right-hand pitcher Osvaldo Bido of wage waivers from the Angels. So check this out. So Barnes says, well, that Weaver and Tim Hill had both been DFA, designated for assignment. So I said, really? So Luke Weaver, I looked it up against him. Tim Hill been designated for assignment once. Luke Weaver twice during the 23 season. And they said Hill was DFA'd by the White Sox in 2024. So then I looked up. Osvaldo Bido has been DFA'd by the A's, Braves, Rays, Marlins, and Angels this offseason. 5. But Barnes says it's a arm for spring training. Now, I don't know how Framber Valdez gets this huge contract, and they were going tooth and nail against Scooble. I don't get it. And my cousin Hal goes, well, the manager, yeah, he gets a $115 million contract, Framber Valdez, which is kind of funny. They show him as a Yank. No, he would, yeah. 13-11 last year with a 3-year deal, makes him the highest paid average per year. 3-year, $115 million, which is pending physical, opts out after 2027 season. So you have now Scooble, Valdez, Flaherty, and Casey Mize. Yeah, he turns 32 on November 19th. Spent his first 8 years with the Astros, and AJ Hinch is now his manager again with the Tigers. So and it's the highest average per year. AL Central, I would say they were be. What did Tariq Scooble's message to Framber Valdez after signing? Dinner's on you, Scooble said. 3-year, $115 million. Yeah, and yeah. $32 million he gets for a season. It's going to be good for them. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I saw that. I was like, wow, that's going to be, they're going to be strong team again. And Brian Hawk said, could Jason Dominguez begin the season back in the minors? I don't know what's going on with the Yankees. I mean, you're going to need depth on the team. I guess we're going to see what happens. This is from Kate Hampton. Joe Thuney, the first ever NFL Protector of the Year, was developed at NC State. His offensive line coach in Raleigh from 2013 to 15, none other than Ball State head coach and Chicago Bears fan, Mike Uramovich. I always like these random things I find when I look up this stuff. The norovirus situation with Finland's women's hockey team appears to be improving ahead of a scheduled game against the U.S. tomorrow. So the women won their first game against Czechia 5-1. Yeah, and Jim Schwartz went from wanting a job to he doesn't want a job this year. We watch curling, and Tommy goes, I like curling because it's a sport I think I can play. I go, what about biathlon? Skiing. And I always think of that. When I think of biathlon, I think of For Your Eyes Only, the James Bond movie, because, one of the guys was a biathlete. So I thought that was kind of funny. Tyroa McMillan, or I always butcher his name. So he used the N-word when he was on a streaming thing, but he's black. And I'm like, okay, but he can say it. I can't say it. And they say it in every song, and I walk down the street. So he had to apologize for that. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, they're going to go for the nice straight win versus the Pistons. Towns doubtful to play. Oh, I thought they were playing. Oh, they're playing tonight against the Pistons. I apologize. They're going for the nice straight win. Timberwolves signed Mike Conley one day after trading him. Charles Haley. Okay, yeah, awesome. All right, we got a trivia question for today. Who is the first player to win 5 Super Bowl rings as a player? Who is the first player to win 5 Super Bowl rings as a player? That's my trivia question for today. Who is the first player to win 5 Super Bowl rings? Yeah, that's today's trivia question. Yeah, I wasn't going to do a show today, and I decided, you know what? I really want to talk about the Rangers. The Rangers really pissed me off in that. And this shirt. Every time I look at this shirt, it's ridiculous. Can you imagine that wearing a shirt? You're a UNC. I'm sorry, you're a Michigan fan. St. John's. Oh, so St. John's taking on UConn tonight. First matchup with both teams nationally ranked since 2000. So I know Barnes is going to be excited about that tonight. Yeah, that's going to be fun times, right? Got to be pumped about that. And Michigan last night beat Penn State. Oh, and I love the McKenna got dropped. Some guy said something about his mother. I would pop him too. Dude, you're being a dick. You deserve it. You deserve what you got. You deserve what you got. You're a fucking dick. Michigan's 21-1. 33% of those wins, 7 have come by 40 points or more. 33% of those wins. And then Michigan sent me something yesterday. We were talking because I was out in Jersey. Oh, Matthew Mugno said, this movie single-handedly got me into hockey. After watching the New York Rangers 2012 Eastern Conference Final run, I saw this movie and begged my parents to sign me up for skating lessons. Miracle. Miracle. Miracle opened on theaters 22 years ago, February 6, 2024. Kurt Russell as the 1980 U.S. men's hockey team head coach, Herb Brooks, in This Is Your Time. Oh, it's a long scene. I can't do this. I can't play all that. But so she sent me that. But Michigan, yeah. Aaron Judge is the best slugger to represent. Joe Randazzo said, in the United States and the WBC, mind you, Ken Griffey Jr., A-Rod, and Mike Trout have adorned the Team USA over the years. Yes, he's a different player. Yes, I got a Cadillac trivia question. All right, so she sent me this. 137 Super Bowl players all time, most of any school, Michigan. No school sends more players to the Super Bowl than Michigan. How many can you name? Champ Media, I can't. Michigan beat Penn State last night, 110-69. The Wolverines have scored 100-plus points in a game for the 8th time this season. 8th time. They've done 8 times. Oh, my God. What is that? Oh, my God. I need to know what that is. What? Wait, what is this? Yeah.
This is what we call San Francisco sticky roll, a sourdough cinnamon roll there. White chocolate, all the gooey goodness and toppings, and that is a technical term, my friends, but it is yummy. For the seafood lovers,
check this out.
The Dungeness crab patachos is a hybrid of potato chips and nachos topped with an entire Dungeness roll. Wow. Yum. Oh, wait, but feast your eyes on the LX hamburger. That is a burger in there. It's a cheeseburger with braised bone-in beef shank, a roasted mirepoix demi-glace, and cheese fondue, all that and more. And it could be yours for, $180.
Wow.
Only the burger. But with the average ticket price, according to ESPN research, sitting at a cool $9,338. You got to imagine at least a few people will be giving this one a try.
Wow. Thank you. That was sports. I don't know if I even got the picture in, but I had to show something. Wow. I put it around. That was crazy. I got to save that for Michigan and show that one because that was absolutely disgusting. I don't think I could eat that stuff. Yeah, I think I would be like, yeah, I don't think I saved it. And I don't know if I can. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh, wait. So did they lose? Oh, wait, hold on a sec. So I turned it around. Yeah, I looked at $180 for this burger at the Super Bowl. Violets, 81st straight win would be the all-time D3 record. The NYU Violets are playing tonight? They playing tonight?
Making 81 consecutive wins. That would tie the all-time D3 record set by Washington University of St. Louis back in 2001. And NYU coming off the closest of close calls last time out, beating Carnegie Mellon on Sunday by a slim 1 point. So now with 80 wins straight, they look to tie the record on the road. And we know
So, yes, I guess NYU, I got to look up NYU women's hoop. They're playing probably tonight. But some of those things looked absolutely disgusting at the Super Bowl. I'm on $180 for a NYU women's basketball. They're playing tonight. Trying to see where they're playing tonight. They're playing tonight at Case Western Reserve University, 7:30. I will keep track. So they'll try to break the record for most wins. Wow. Was it break or tie? Yeah. Oh, and you know what? I will take pictures of that. Is that tonight? Oh, would tie the all-time record. I'm sorry, tie the all-time record. But some of these foods are absolutely disgusting. Yeah, I mean, one of them is a Yeah, the Super Bowl foods, I got to take pictures because I don't think I'll do it even justice by me, So I'm going to take the pictures and I turned my thing around. I don't think I did a good enough job. So they have a sticky, yeah, look at that's a sticky, uh, yeah, that's a sticky roll. No, it's a cinnamon bun. That's what that one is. And it doesn't even look appetizing. It looks like it has like hair on the top of it. It's kind of disgusting in my opinion. So that's one of the desserts. Then it's some nacho thing that looks like, I got to be honest with you. It looks like I'd crap my pants. It just it's too much going on. And I don't like fruit at what's the orange or a lemon in the front of it. And then this hamburger, or as I say, hamburger. So check this out. Okay, so this hamburger is going for $180. $180. Look at this thing. Does that look appetizing to you? No. And then the nachos, I'm not crazy about it. I'm like, oh, that's okay. And then the cinnamon, I like cinnamon, but I don't know what's on top of it. It looks like something a horse would eat. But hey, that's me. I just do a show. I just talk, and I talk to myself. That's why I do the show. I love doing it. And yes, I had that for a trivia question. How about Sonny Jurgensen, 91 years young? 91, 99. He's passed. So 5-time NFL passing leader, 5-time Pro Bowl, 2-time NFL passing TD leader, 2-time All-Pro second team, All-Pro first team once, 32,224 passing yards, 255 touchdowns. Never played a Super Bowl. Never was on really good teams. If I can remember, Sonny Jurgensen, I don't think he ever played even for a championship. Did he ever play for Sonny Jurgensen championships? Yeah, I'm almost, that he won one during his 18 career serving as a backup for the Eagles in 1960. He was a backup to Norm Van Brocklin, acting as the holder for field goals, inducted in 83, 5-time Pro Bowl selection, 5-time passing leader, as I said, 2-time passing TD leader, NFL's all 1960s, all 1960s, all decade team. He was and they always, he always kind of had a punch on him. Yeah, he was a hell of a player. He was at Duke, won 2 ACC championships. He was a hell of a football player. He threw a beautiful pass. He was from Wilmington, North Carolina. A 3-year starter, helped the Bull. They went 28-3, 2 ACC championships, an appearance in the 1954 Orange Bowl, and a final national ranking in 54 of number 14 and number 14 UPI. And he earned first team All ACC as a senior, honorable All-American. He registered 1 interception as the Blue Devils. Wow. Held 8 of 10 opponents to 7 points or less. He also threw for 371 yards and 2 touchdowns as Duke's quarterback. So he didn't throw the ball a lot. 4th-round pick in 57th of the 57 by the Eagles. He played from the Eagles from 57 to 63, Washington 64 to 74. He was traded from Philly to Washington. He won 5 passing titles. He retired as the NFL's all-time leading passer. He was tabbed to the Eagles honor roll in 87, a member of the Redskins Ring of Fame and Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1983. In 2002, he was selected as one of the 70 greatest Redskins. He had a professionally number 9 jersey retired by Washington January 8th, 2023, which should have happened earlier. He's also a member of the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame in 71, Duke Sports Hall of Fame in 79, and Orange Bowl Hall of Honor in 2004. He's survived by Margot Hunt, his wife, for nearly 5 decades, 4 sons, 6 grandchildren, and 4 great-grandchildren. He did a great life. He really did. But I always wanted to look up who did they play in the Orange Bowl? 3-year starter. When did he go to the Orange Bowl? 4-time, 3-year starter. So 1954 Orange Bowl. Let's look this up. 1954 Orange Bowl. Here we go. Oklahoma. No, that's not it. Can't be it. That is not it. Well, 1954 was between. How do you get the date wrong? No, it must have been 1955, right? That's what I'm thinking. 1955 Orange Bowl. All right, here we go. Nebraska Duke. Right. He played 54, but the Orange Bowl was in 55. Yeah. So it's not the 54. It really, yeah, I guess it is the 54 season, but it was playing on 55. Duke won 34-7. Wow. And there's no game notes. So they blew him out. And Nebraska came in 6-4 in an Orange Bowl. I thought it was something bigger. So Sonny Jurgensen, rest in peace. Yeah, so we got the food there. What else do I have? Yeah, Sonny Jurgensen, very good run. I've seen highlight, never saw him play, but he threw a nice ball. MVP race. I'll tell you, Drake May had better completion percentage, rating a little more, 14-3, 12-5, different schedule, but threw 11 more touchdown passes, more passing yards. Stafford. I give to Stafford. One more first place vote, 24-23. Yeah, I thought Stafford, and they'll have more time. Closest NFL MVP race of all time in terms of first place votes. LA Bowl is done. I don't know why, but it's done now. So ended. 5 great years. I don't know why it ended, but it's done. I was like, that really sucks. And yeah, Roger Craig scored 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. What was that? 85 was 16? Was that Super Bowl XIX would be 16, right? What's XIX? I'm terrible with it. I'm terrible with XIX number. What is it? What is the number? It is 19. I knew I was wrong. I was way off. I'm like 16. I'm like, oh my God, screw that one up. Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns against the Dolphins, 38-16. He was a good player. First 1,000. The only others are Marshall Faulk and CMC. August 8th. So he got in. Yeah. Fitzgerald and Adam Vinatieri was just money. That kick in the snow against the Raiders was amazing. Drew Brees. Yeah, I'm happy for all of them. I really am. Yeah, Rangers suck. Don't have to talk about them anymore. Washington Wizards went from drafting John Wall number 1 overall in 2010 to Russell Westbrook to Kyle Kuzma to Chris Middleton to Anthony Davis, the number 1 pick of the 2012 draft. Laura Murray, yeah, I don't know what they're doing there. Josh McDaniels was assistant coach of the year. Van Joseph, the DC for the Broncos, finished 2nd. Good for him. I don't care. Duke, for the first time ever, Duke won at Louisville, 59-58. 14 straight wins for Duke, 15 points and 9 rebounds for Toby Fournier. This is women's basketball. I thought it was the men. I thought they had never won at Louisville. I thought that was kind of crazy. Dusty May said he gave the team a few days off and credited the team for being refreshed and locked in mentally in that blowout win over. That was crazy. Now, this is from NBA Central. An NBA team stopped pursuing Giannis because they felt his ego wouldn't allow him to be second option behind their star player per Jerry Wolfel. And Sean Coleman says definitely feels like this is referring to Santi and Memphis because John Morant can't be, I don't know. Good luck for them because John Morant's a mess. Oh, and Jerry Jones, I'm playing in Rio. I have a lot of businesses in Brazil. I've had it for 35 years, and I'm the largest automobile dealership with a partner. It'd be great to have those Cowboys fans involved. It's exciting. We have a lot of fans. It's on our continent. Just shut up. Who, you know what? Jerry Jones. Yeah, we have a game in Rio. You can't win anything here, but yeah. I got all the hockey schedule here. So Wednesday, February 11th for the men. They don't play their first game until they play Latvia on Thursday, February 12th. That's their first game. They play Thursday. They play Saturday against Denmark, and then they play Sunday against Germany. That's the preliminary round. And then February 17th is the qualification playoffs. Quarterfinals start the 18th, semifinals the 20th, and Saturday the 21st is the bronze medal, and Sunday is the gold medal game. So we don't have men's hockey until next week. Yes. Yeah, the roster for WBC for the men: Bednar, Matt Boyd, Garrett Clevenger, Clay Holmes, Griffin Jacks, Brad Keller, Clayton Kershaw, Nolan McLean. All right. Mason Miller, Joe Ryan, Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, Gabe Spire, Michael Waka, Logan Webb, and Garrett Whitlock. Catchers are Raleigh and Will Smith. Infielders are Bregman, Ernie Clement, Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper, Gunnar Henderson, Bryce Terang, Bobby Witt Jr., outfielders designated hitter, Byron Buxton, Corbin Carroll, PCA, Aaron Judge, and Kyle Schwarber. Pretty damn good team. Pretty good. Yes. Yes. Very nice. Yeah. Nice going. Miami, the Miami Heat are the only Eastern Conference team that has not made a trade per NBA Central. Kind of crazy, right? Alexei Ramirez, 44, will be the oldest player in the 2026 WBC, the World Baseball Classic. He returns after 20 years. He played for Cuba in 2006 and also in Puerto Rico. All right. Alexei Ramirez. So who's Alexei Ramirez playing for? Is he playing for Cuba? Alexei Ramirez. Yeah, Cuba. All right. Good for him. Last time he played in the majors. I'm trying to see when the last time Ramirez played in the majors. He had 1,300 hits. He played from 2008 to, he hasn't played since Tampa Bay in 2016. Good for him, dude. Love of the game, man. Why not? I say let him go out there and kick some ass. And Michigan is losing. Defensive line coach Lou Esposito is leaving to become the new defensive line coach for the Ravens under Jesse Minter, who was at Michigan. Black Girl Hockey Club, I want to get them on. And Soraya Tinker, I want to get her on. She's an analyst for the CBC. Yeah, I don't even know. I got to look up how do you pronounce his name? Torah. Yeah. How do you pronounce? How about pronunciation? That's what I need. Because I am butchering your name, dude, and I do not want to be butchering your name. What's up there, Barnes? How do you say his name? It's Tyroa. Yeah, let's go Yankees. Yeah. I just talked about your. I don't know if I talked about it here. About your wonderful pitcher you picked up. You talked about how DFA'd was your UConn 70-60. That's what you predicted today on your show. Okay, on the Sports Port. But the great pickup, the arm they picked up, one Osvaldo Bido, who has been DFA'd by the A's, Braves, Rays, Marlins, and Angels this offseason. And you had said, well, Luke Weaver has been DFA'd a ton of times, twice. And then you said Tim Hill a lot of times, once. This guy's been DFA'd by, let me do all the teams. And if it was the Mets, you'd be all over them. But yes. 1, 2, 3, 5 teams this offseason. But yes, Yankees are rocking. Yes. Get ready for the you pray that nobody gets hurt in the World Baseball Classic. Yeah. Tyroa. Yes. And I didn't know this. So the Navy lacrosse team, Brendan Looney, Navy Lieutenant SEAL Brendan J. Looney, lost his life. Thank you for your service. While serving this country in 2010, while at Navy men's lacrosse, he exemplified what it meant to be a competitor. Sam Weir, a senior defenseman from Bethesda, Maryland, was voted by his teammates to wear Looney's number 40. And this is a picture of the type of player Looney was when he played at Navy lacrosse. Look where the ball is. He's blocking it with his fucking helmet. So rest in peace. That's a badass. Wearing his number 40 for Navy is a big deal. I love it. Charles Woodson was going to get become a 0.1 owner of the Browns, but is more interested in his business, Charles Woodson's Intercept Wines and his Woodson Whiskey. And he doesn't want to, you can't have ownership or use your name, image, or likeness for promotional purposes. So he'd rather stick with his because he's an Ohio native. He'd rather keep his business and his name on his business than become a Browns owner, which is worth like $4 million, 0.1%. I was like, all right, dude, do you? And these are the non-invitees for the Yankees. I could go through this, but I don't care. Yes. Yeah. Charles Bediaco, which is slated for hearing tomorrow. This was yesterday. Charles SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey has filed an affidavit in favor of the NCAA in this case, asking the court to uphold NCAA rules and not allow Bediako to play. So let's see if Bediako, did that go through today? Did you talk about that today, Barnes? Bediako case? Did he, because he was, he played and then let's see, did Bediako, I don't see anything. I know he doesn't want him. We'll keep on scholarship regardless of what happens. Yeah, even with the win. So I don't see anything about that happening right now. Nope, nothing happening. No decision made 49 minutes ago. Okay, so we'll see what happens. But all these guys going back to college after playing professionally, even if it wasn't in the G League or NBA, is bullshit in my opinion. You had your chance. Goodbye. Move on. Let's forget it. Oh, and American figure skating will use yellow laces as at this year's Olympics that were personally gifted him from Alex Ovechkin. So what about the yellow laces from Ovechkin? Yellow laces, and I don't know who this player was. Yellow laces, Ovechkin. Yeah. So gifted is bright to American figure skater and Virginia native, Leah Malinin for the 2026 games. Malinin, known as the Quad God, wore the laces during his practices in early February 2026 as a sign of support from the hockey legend. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. What did he say? Yeah, here.
The Quad God himself out of Reston, Virginia. Caps, Washington Capitol star. Ovi gave you some laces. Tell us the backstory. What'd you think of them?
Yeah, it's honestly, I'm in disbelief. It's just a gift from him, and he's supporting me and wishing me good luck in these Olympics. And it's just really nice to have someone at that, status being just supportive of me and coming from, that DC, Virginia area. It's, such an honor, and I'm so grateful for his support.
Awesome. Quad God, grade 8. No better duo. 4 times 4 is 8. 4 times.
4 times, yeah. All right. Awesome. I thought that was pretty cool. So I saw that and I was like, that's Ovechkin giving a little love to a kid who's going to play the quad. And what a name, the Quad God. I freaking love it, the Quad God. I think it's the best. Oh, Jack Leiter is changing his jersey number to number 22. His father Al wore number 22 from 98 to 2005 as a member of the Mets and the Marlins. Not the Yankees, though, buddy. MLB. So I thought that's another thing, Barnes, I could talk to you about. Yes, Tim Hill, I talked about him because we were going at it and designated for assignment. Yes. Kevin Sampson says Houston's athletic department is very poor and doesn't have the money to keep recruiting good players. It's been in the winningest team in the men's basketball since 2017 and finished as a runner-up last year in the Natty. If we have a very poor athletic department, we're poor. We were poor. When I got here, we're still poor. We probably have the lowest budget of anybody in the power. Oh, shut up. You know what, dude? I don't want to hear excuses. All you do is win. And you know what? So what you want them more? I don't know what to tell you. That's the world now. So find a way to get around it and win games. That's what I say. That's what I'm going to say on that front. Yes, we talked about Beto, who's garbage. Cam Thomas got waived. I don't know what, he can ball. So where's Cam Thomas going next? If he got waived, did anybody pick up Cam Thomas? Because I want to talk to the Net fans about Cam Thomas. Oh, 1 day ago. Okay, so they waive him, go development route in small trades. They look to trade. Nets look to trade Cam Thomas for Lonzo Ball. He's a free agent. But I haven't seen anything about him. He's averaging 16 points a game. He can play, man. 10 40-point games. I don't know. He's 24 years old. They're going younger. I don't know. They think he's going to sign with the Bucks. I guess we'll see what happens on that front. But I was kind of surprised. But they've been talking about this for a while, and now it officially happened. So, crazy, right? Yeah, I didn't know who Trish Stratus was. This guy, how about this? Murray State freshman Roman Doman is giving Larry Bird vibes. The 6'9" freshman out of France is a walking mismatch in the Missouri Valley Conference. Ironically, the same conference that Larry Bird played in Indiana State. I don't think he really looks like Larry Bird. I mean, I think Larry Bird was not a good-looking man. And Grady Dick says on Oche Agbaji being traded to the Nets, he said it was definitely tough. He's like a brother to me. Our families love each other. It's just crazy how quick it can go. One day here, gone the next. Yeah, one day you're here, next. It just shows you the reality. Yeah, it's a business. Grady, it is a business. That's what happens. Yes, I have a trivia question for that's a good trivia question. Lowest field goal percentage this year, minimum 150 field goal attempts. Lonzo Ball, Jordan Hawkins, Mike Conley, Rob Dillingham, Tyus Jones, and Gabe Vincent. All but one. Jordan Hawkins is still a Pelican. There's some. Yeah, Lonzo Ball's never been a good shooter since he. Yeah, and Tyus Jones, former Dookie. Yeah, Scuba got his $32 million. Good for him. He'll make $13 million more. Team USA put up 42 shots, beat Czechia 5-1. Hillary Knight scored a goal. This is Alex Golden. Jaden Ivey, 88.2 points per game, 5,974 minutes in 3.5 years. Ben Matherin, 17.8 points per game, 6,800 minutes in 3.5 years. Comparing the league-wide value isn't accurate. Same draft class, both expiring, very different production. And the Pacers game to the I think he can ball. I don't know what happened. Pacers just decided to throw it in this year. But Benedict Matherin can ball. He's a very good player. He's going to the Clippers. Will they re-sign him? I don't think so. But that guy can play. And a history was made today at Milan. Team Italy defeated France yesterday. Opening game of the tournament. Very emotional. Not very often I shed tears after a game. But this really hits me close to heart. Being able to put on this jersey and represent my family and just for all these Italian girls. Laura Fortino on helping Italy win their first ever Olympic women's hockey game. Love it. Loved it. Loved that they won a game. Love it. Team Italy. First time ever. The Rams will play the 49ers in Melbourne. First game ever in Australia. Thank you, Nate Atkins. Do we care? No, I don't care. I don't care about any of this stuff. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the Knicks are rerouting Dalen Terry to New Orleans and sending 2 seconds for Jose Alvarado. Well, the Deuce McBride's out. He's injured. He's going to miss the rest of the regular season. Chris Boucher to the Jazz. There was a lot of trades. I couldn't even keep track of everything. I'd love to, but it was a lot to yeah. Yeah, so the Hornets received 2 second-round picks from the Magic in this deal. They have 11 first-rounders and 14 second-rounders over the next 7 years. The trade got Orlando out of the luxury tax. Hornets and they're playing good basketball right now. So and it was Daniel's birthday yesterday, Tommy's birthday tomorrow. Yesterday, the other night, Ron Harper Jr., first NBA start, 11 points, 4 for 8 shooting, 3 for 7 on threes, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and standout defense on Kevin Durant. The former Scarlet Knight, Ron Harper Jr., Brian Fonseca. Thank you for that one. Yeah, crazy. Isaiah Collier etched his name in history right next to Magic Johnson. Became the first NBA player to record 20-plus assists while playing the entire 48 minutes since Magic Johnson did a Game 5 of the 91 Finals versus the Bulls. Only John Stockton has ever recorded more assists in a single game for the Jazz. The last time this happened was June 12, 1991, when Magic put up 16 points, 20 assists, 11 rebounds while playing all 48 minutes. They lost as even Jordan and Pippen logged in 48 minutes apiece to win their first of 6 titles. Collier can play, man. Yeah. The Pittsburgh Penguins honored the NHL's first black player, Willie O'Ree, through its Willie O'Ree Academy presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Yeah, they have NHL United for the Love of Hockey, spotlighting the community of the NHL. I love this stuff. Yeah, OSU beat. Yeah, they're not playing well. Dibin Sada had a good game. He had 36 the other night. They lost by 7, but they're dropping out of the top 25. So, and the Knicks traded Gershon Yabusele to the Bulls for Dalen Terry, who then went to the Pelicans for Alvarado. I don't make this stuff up. Thunder's winning percentage this year: 200 against the Spurs, 828 against everyone else. StatMuse. Ronnie, your team's not getting it done. BYU now have to lose to Oklahoma State. Lost 3 consecutive games, 4 of the last 5. The Cougars host Houston on Saturday. Biggest win by Steve Lutz, the head coach of Oklahoma State. Good win. Crowd was going crazy. Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis are teammates again on the Warriors. That's in a career who's never really got. How about this? Hades uniforms in the Winter Olympics. I mean, these are fire, man. Fire. I love them. Yeah, Buddy Hield, Jonathan Kuminga to Atlanta for Porzingis. Yeah, Kuminga had to go someplace to let him play. You had to. Yeah, they said Oklahoma State Sam Fetterman said they can make the NCAA tournament. And how about this? Minnesota beat Michigan State 76-73. They outscored 52-44 in the second half. HJ sent me this one. Minnesota's the only D1 team in the last 30 years to have 0 bench points, get out-read by double digits, allow 50-plus points in the half, and still win. In the last 30 years, D1 teams have been 0-25 during that span and been outscored by 21.7. So they did 0 bench points, Minnesota, out-rebound by double digits, and gave up 50-plus points in the second half, and they still won the goddamn game. They improved to 11-12, and number 10, Michigan State, which isn't going to be number 10 anymore. They lost to Michigan, too, at home. They fell to 19-4. But I love that. Was a great stat. That was a great one. HEJ, I love it. So they're going to have a new card system.